Australia. All three suspects accused in this horrific crime are teenagers. A lot of people are talking about that tonight, including my next guest, Star Jones, attorney and national spokesperson for the National Association of Professional Women. Star, I barely know where to start with this week with you, because it makes me so bloody angry that this young, handsome, talented Australian sportsman come here to lead the American dream of playing baseball. It's just gunned down by a bunch of wannabe gangsters, kids who just are bored. What do you have to say about it?
You know, it breaks my heart that a young man lost his life in such a senseless manner, but the fact that you even had to identify him as young, handsome, talented, with all these dreams and hopes and aspirations distinguishes him from other murder victims in our country and brings his story to light. But let me tell you something. This happens on our streets in cities across our country, from St. Louis to Miami, Florida, to New York City, to Chicago, Illinois, to Detroit, Michigan. And as senseless as this homicide is, those other homicides are just as senseless, and those people were somebody's kid also. So my heart breaks for this family and what they're experiencing. Having prosecuted murder cases, I can tell you that their lives are altered forever. It will never be the same. And the same goes for the defendants, for the young men who have been accused of this crime, and I understand are going to face a very serious charge.
I mean, I read before I came on air tonight that apparently there have been 10 kids aged 7 or younger who've been shot in Chicago since the end of June. Not all killed, but all shot. And some of it just so random, just walking upstairs to their home. So that's Chicago. We know that they have problems there. We have this going on here in Oklahoma. We have it in every major city, every outback. Where does it end? In Australia, they had this massacre in '96. And it changed everything. And the people that drove the change were all conservatives. They were Republicans. It was no political partisan thing over there. What is wrong with America that it has to be partisan, that you have to be, if you're pro-gun, you're Republican, so therefore you can't bring in gun control. If you're anti-gun outrages, as I am, apparently you're some liberal freak. What is wrong with the argument in America that makes it so nonsensical?
It's not a partisan issue, especially when there's a dead kid on the ground or in the ground. In this particular situation, it's not about being conservative or about being liberal. The Constitution of the United States provides us with the right to bear arms. It does not provide us with the right to bear arms under all circumstances. Every single right under the Constitution has some sort of provision to it where there's some limitations. And we have to have good common sense gun control as it relates to the Second Amendment. You were talking about how young these defendants are, 15 to 17. And the senseless nature of the randomness of the murder. I actually tried a homicide case where a guy sat on a park bench and said, "I'm going to kill the next person that talks to me." And another man just happened to walk by and said, "Can I get a light?" And the guy shot him dead in Brooklyn.